Welcome to my conversation with today's chef, who is Vusi Ndlovu. Vusi is the chef proprietor of Vue at Shortmarket, and you have a little dabble in the time out market.
Yeah,
That's still going, is it?
no, that's done now.
Done, finished.
No, I'm tired.
Oh, yeah.
Last time we spoke, we were crying about chocolate. No,
No more.
no, we're fine now.
Well, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
This is my second bite at the apple of talking to one of my favorite chefs.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Always a pleasure.
it's always a pleasure, mate.
We had a good time before the show, also.
but also, I think I could stand to be corrected. And apart from my conversation with Frank Dangereux, yours was the longest podcast we did last season.
Yeah, you said we spoke a lot.
We spoke a lot. It was like
or
59 minutes or something.
like that.
But it was really a great conversation. I'm looking forward to another one.
Yeah, let's see.
Let's see. So, okay, I've changed the format of the show a bit because I want to kind of narrow down. I was just pursuing my curiosity about everything. I'm a bit like you with food. So, we pursue my curiosity about absolutely everything in food. And I think that where the show's going, where the numbers indicate it should go, is chefs and restaurants. So now I'm talking to a chef
Yeah,
about his restaurant,
keeping it,
keeping it
Yeah.
streamlined and predictable.
just refining it.
There we go. Refining's a better name. So I've got some kind of form questions I'm going to ask you, but also we can go off and riff on it if we want.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, we don't really need to go to the beginnings because we've done that with you. Because
Yeah.
you came up, you started out cooking in Pretoria. You came up through the Saxon and you did some time with Peter Tempelhoff at
The greenhouse.
Hort, the greenhouse. Right, and then you went back to Joburg and worked at the Saxon with.
I don't know, we did Marabi that time also.
Oh, Marabi. Okay,
Yeah,
so
Marabi, that's right, yeah.
Marabi.
But then there was all the traveling in between, but that's all.
And then a lot of competitions representing SA abroad as the greatest chef alive. All that shit. Yes.
Trying to be.
So that's the background. And Chef David Higgs has had a big influence in your past. So it's Peter Tempelhoff. What I want to get to quickly, okay, having established that stuff, is this venue, right?
Yeah.
Because I remember when we spoke last time, kind of finding and funding your own restaurant with Upsi Panchwa, your partner,
Yeah.
was proving difficult, and it was proving a costly thing.
No, it became insane.
Yeah.
I think at that time we had the time out market, so there was a bit of revenue coming from that. But even running an operation like that for 7 days a week at that level also needs quite a bit of money. And like everything we've started, all our businesses have all been like self-funded.
Yes.
So you always think like, okay, cool, let me go to the City of Lights and see what happens, see what I can do. And then, then you kind of run into the bureaucracy of it all,
Yeah.
the landlord,
And the deposits.
the deposits,
And the leases.
you know what I
that
mean?
You have
So-
to deposit your children in their safe.
and then your first half a pound of flesh, whatever.
Yeah.
So and you always dealing with like landlords that live in like Europe, or like you're dealing with a lady that lives in Germany or Sweden and you never met her.
Yeah.
So now you're trying to be like, hi, how are you? This is what I do. And they're like, what do you mean a 40 seater? Because we've done a big format restaurant, and I always felt like the big format thing didn't work for our story. So I always prefer to have a 40 seater.
Yes. And is that what you are for you now?
Yeah,
40, yeah,
40,
yeah,
42.
40 years, yeah.
So it's better for us to tell the story. It's more intimate. Because if you have a 150 seater or 200 seater, then it becomes more of it changes the food.
Listen, it's a canteen, isn't it?
It's a production house.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
you just literally like pumping out food. The people that are good at it, I did that to them. So for me, I wanted a place that we could really like be. I wanted a small team also in terms of the kitchen.
Yeah.
Because 25 people in the kitchen for me is just like too many faces and heads to deal with. So for me, if I've got a small team, I'm just like, okay, we can really be intentional.
Okay, and be intentional. Okay, and that's a word that you used in the last thing, and we'll get to that. I mean, one of the things that I wanted to say, comment about that, and we're running a bit far ahead maybe, but Neil Swart from Belly of the Beast,
Oh boy.
he wrote you down as one of his favorite chefs working in the city at the moment.
Oh, he's my
And-
favorite.
yeah. And he's got a 30-seater, you know, so it's the same kind of thing, that you can be intentional, you can do small things, and you can even do things like on his set menu, if he's got tuertunt sheep in
And he's
from
got one
Pretoria,
of them.
and he's got one of them, everyone doesn't get like
a fillet.
a fillet,
Or
you
a leg,
you can change how you're feeding people because you're watching the room.
And also you've got that kind of freedom because if you're doing 150-star restaurant, you kind of have to cater to the numbers.
Yeah.
So people may not care about the duyadanda or they might want fillet only. And now you can't be like, I don't serve fillet because I don't believe in it. But you kind of lose a certain market. So you kind of have to supply a lot. So with a smaller space, you can really control, like Neil does. They've got it waxed.
They've
You
got it
come
absolutely waxed,
18:45, you sit down, you
Eat, go.
and that's it.
So that's the thing is that word intentional is great because not only are you more intentional in the kitchen with a smaller team for a smaller sitting,
Yeah.
the people who are sitting in your restaurant are more intentional because they've come to find you.
Yeah, and
They've come to find you specifically.
if
because
you
they-
know our stairs, it means a lot.
Yeah.
So-
well, I just had to with my one gammy leg. You forced me up those 2 flights.
Don't worry, we'll make a plan.
We'll make a plan for you.
So I think that's also true because, and also what's nice about the space is that we had the Mount Nelson thing, which was great, but Mount Nelson was a big room in a hotel.
Yeah.
So you kind of like, the scope, the net is quite wider on who your clients are. But we've had people that follow us since those days, since Frantic days. And I had a group yesterday, table of 4 fancy people that were on their way to the winelands. And they came and they were literally like intentional about coming to Asia.
Yeah.
And I had another couple from the UK. They came from a world tour in the Basque country in Denmark, and they were like, no, we want to eat here and we want to eat in Paternoster. So it's actually quite nice to have those kind of people.
There's another thing I need to talk to you about Quibus because he says you can cook like hell as well, and I believe him.
I think they all say this. I think they're my friends. I bribe them. They might say this.
Okay, listen, once the show appears, the phone calls will start with "Where's my money?" You know?
Yeah. They'll be like, where's my permission for
Where's
saying
my
that?
commission?
No,
Exactly.
Gomez is like great, yeah.
But let's try to. Can we please try to be disciplined here?
No, you started it.
I did.
Okay,
That's
I'm
true.
just answering your question.
Okay, so this space, right?
Yes.
I know that when we spoke before, you were like hustling at Time Out Market.
Yeah.
You were getting charcoal for oats. You were trying to. They were running out of chicken wings. You were
Oh,
doing
you were
100
there.
kilos. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just-
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So, Vue came up as a pop up for you and Upsy.
So the way it happened, we did a private event here
Yeah.
a year prior to that. So we worked in this kitchen, we did a menu for the guests that were here, and then we're just like, oh, this is cute, it's cool. It's a fairly new space also. So then what happened was like they were looking for someone to kind of run the operations this side.
Yeah.
And we're also looking for a space. So it's kind of like okay, do you want to trust you? They hit us up, then we had a conversation. Then that's how it came about, So we started off as a residency just to see how it would flesh out and work out, with the style of food. So, yeah.
And it was the chaps from Drinkery
Yes.
who were running a second cocktail bar here, right? And they
It was a bar to the restaurant. So it was like more of a pasta, ceviche
Okay,
kind of thing.
tapas, okay.
Yeah, like Italian.
and then Victoria Engelhorn is involved in having the leases on all these buildings on Heritage Square.
Yeah, she's
right? So she's the big enchilada on that.
Yeah, it must be nice to her.
That always.
So
does
she's got
very
the whole
big.
square.
The whole square, yes.
So it's quite interesting how it's broken up. So yeah, it's a puzzle.
It's a puzzle, but it's good. And I mean, what that comes to is that when I ate here, and we'll get to when I ate here and had the most astonishing meal that we've
Thank
eaten
you.
in Cape Town in 5 or 10 years. My wife
Awesome.
and I, it was amazing. After a couple of months of trading here, obviously the light was seen by the few, and they said, "Listen, you actually need to take this place over." How did that happen?
So I think the intention was that I think obviously when you open something new in Cape Town, like with any new opening, there's like 17 million openings every day. There's always a hype to it, an excitement to it. So that worked out, it happened, and then we're just like, okay, cool, there's no point in us leaving and then just going to now start again somewhere else.
Yeah.
So like now, let's just sort of deal with what we know and work within the parameters that we have. And then we'll start. So then slowly we'll start looking at soft sketches for the building, like inside, because currently touch outside it's a heritage building.
Yes.
So and also then other things that the fire is a big element of what we do. So not many restaurants will allow you to cook with live fire. So now we can't now be like, okay, when we leave that place, now we have to cook outside.
So because that was the thing, but I mean, also finding this was the refinement of all the pop-ups that you did.
Yeah.
So,
So I
you
think it
were
was like
almost testing things.
So it was always
came
like,
together,
yeah. So I think also like it was a test of concept, like, so Mount Nelson was very extravagant and very, so someone else's money, so I could just it wasn't my money, so I could do whatever I want. So, and then when we did Boma, that was also like quite a big project, but it was more casual.
Yeah.
And we did all the fancy pop-ups, which was a bit more experimental and all of that. So now the idea is that how do we now take all of that and just sing it from one book? So be a collection of those things. So let's say like a greater sense of this and that, but more of a language that we establish across the board.
But, I mean, to come back to that, one of the things that was very, very obvious, apart from the insane journey that we went on with food in that set menu, was how well you and Absi run as a team. You in the kitchen, her out front. She introduced us to some astonishing wines. The stories behind every single element of the dishes were just beautiful.
It's real also. So it's not like a script also.
It's not like a script. So I was going to say, I mean, one of the questions to ask is, what are your influences?
Yeah.
And I mean, I think it's quite obvious that your influences are Vusi and Absi.
We influence each other.
You do.
Can I
You
say
push.
that?
Yeah.
No, I think we test each other a lot, because she loves to travel. I don't mind. I can nap the whole day.
Yeah.
It's the last time I speak about naps. But I think for me, it's like we're always naturally curious,
Yes.
So wherever we travel, there are pop-ups, and we'll just be like, oh, that's cool. Like in Durban as well, like, but not per se like the food, but like how they work.
Yeah.
So if I see how people work, I'm just like, we do that anyway. So now we just become a bit more, just put that, increase the volume on that a bit more. So
Okay, and even maybe shave it down and refine it.
No, of course, because then actually wants me to go a bigger portion. I'm like, no, it doesn't work. Then then someone will be like, oh, it's too much food. Then it's like, okay. So it's always like
there's like a dynamic tension between you that's constantly pushing.
So it's never like, no, this is what I said, but that's happened, but that will never work then. This long. So I think that also works for, in a sense that you're creating something with someone that you live with. So it was now, how do you now go home and not fight about glassware or the wine list? You know what I mean? That's why I buy wines and drink them at home and then talk about it.
After we've had a couple of drinks,
So
exactly.
we're not like, listen here.
Well, listen, my wife and I ran a restaurant together, and I mean, we managed to work that out, but there were some fights.
No, there will be.
Yeah,
if there isn't fights, then you don't care.
And you don't care enough, exactly. So, I mean, just talking about influences, though, clearly the two of you, your curiosity drives how the menu kind of ebbs and flows.
Yeah.
But I remember that, and I think it was in talking to Absi, how you went and found this particular sauce on a market somewhere. Was it Senegal?
Yeah.
And that's
Mozambique.
now become, was it Mozambique?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
become a sort of a standard, and you took it and you worked on it. So clearly travel is a massive influence, but specifically travel in Africa. And that's what I loved about eating here, was that I felt that we went on an African journey.
Which is cool, because I'll never say that I invented this thing, but I think the way I've always wanted to do it was to package. I don't want to pimp African food, right? I just want to make sure that if you come here and you have a Senegalese concept, when you go to Senegal, there's not too much variation on that. So it's not like I had this there, but that's very different. No, so it will taste very similar, but it might just look a bit different, and maybe the techniques might be a bit more.
Well, I mean, that's and we'll get to this.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you talk about a dish that kind of typifies who you are, I'm going to maybe answer the question.
Okay.
Because I can't help myself. But then I'll leave it to you to take us further down that road.
Yeah.
So I mean, something that I feel is typical of your approach to cooking, because you've got the sort of fine dining and the very high end experience, and you were a competitive chef for a long time, and yet you're cooking, you're bringing things back to simplicity and earthiness, right?
Yeah.
So the tale of the jollof consommé.
Oh yeah.
Right. And I remember you explaining to me that if someone from Ethiopia eats it, they'll go, I know that flavor.
Yeah.
I understand what you're doing
I know
here.
where you're going with it.
But this is consommé. It's not rice and fish.
Or turkey or snails.
Turkey or snails, yeah.
And for me, that dish, when we made it, it was just, I won't say of necessity. We were bored. We were trying to, we were like, and also now we're going to eat at all these West African restaurants, and I was just like, you know what? And jollof itself is just not something that, because I've got a very low spice tolerance.
Okay.
So I'm like, oh, this thing is hot, man. So I was like, okay, how do you now make it Vusi friendly.
Okay.
So then we made that and we tweaked it and we played with it and it became a joke, like a little play thing really. And it really worked.
Yeah.
And then for me, but then when we looked at it and we did it again and then now we made it to a cocktail now also. So now it's very interesting how something so basic can become something so intrinsically fundamental to your identity as a restaurant.
Exactly. But I mean, what else is fundamentally?
The bread course for sure, we can't change that.
The what?
The bread course, the little dumpling with the sauce. Yeah.
Yes.
So
very, very, very intense.
super beefy.
Wow.
I don't know what to call it, but it's not a
I don't know what to call it. It's not a jus, it's not a gravy.
I call it beef elixir.
A reduction. It's like you
It's
reduce
just
a whole
super-
cow
it's
into a teacup.
super reduced. Like when you, it's like it's not traditional how you make a stock or how you make a jus.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm the only one who makes it. So because there's a reason for that. It's never the same every day.
No.
So and the bread itself is always different because now it's super hard, so you're overproofed, but that's not that's not a problem. But the sauce is very difficult because it's got a life of its own. There's a famous chef in Mexico who's got that mole of
Mole,
300
yes.
million days.
Yeah.
So I was like, can I do something like that, but with this?
Yeah.
So we do add an old base to the new base every time. In the
Like a
space that-
starter. Yeah.
so
Very
then,
interesting.
so it's kind of like becomes a thing that in this space, that sauce has had a life from day one. So then we always keep like a bit of it, and then we add it to the new base. Then we always carry it on like that. So if you mess up that base and it's too bitter, then you've lost it all. So it's very.
But it's a constant, and I mean, could I venture to kind of say that typifies how you work, because you're always trying to like dig into your own creativity.
Make my life difficult.
Yes.
Yes. How do I make my life difficult today? Let's make a 6-day stop.
Oh my.
You know what I mean?
Is that how long it
No,
takes you to make that?
it
No,
takes
no,
me, yeah.
it's actually okay, but still, I mean, so I'm not like off.
No, you're on
I'm
track.
not-
You're on track.
I'm on track with like reducing
Yeah,
a whole
yeah.
cow to a teacup full
I
of
know
sauce.
like that. Yeah,
yeah,
it's got everything in it.
yeah.
So like something interesting that we started doing to it is that we learned that in West Africa they use the cow skin
Yes.
that's cleaned and shaved and whatever, like it's like cow skin itself.
Like the leather.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they put it inside the soups to thicken them. So I was like, oh, that's clever. Because traditionally you use tartar or something
Yeah,
like that
yeah,
for the
yeah.
collagen.
With the
So
collagen.
you're like, okay, put that in there
Let's
also.
see what happens.
And it works. It's a nice sheet. So those are the little tricks that we kind of have in our back pocket that no, that you really wouldn't see in a fancy kitchen.
Something that I love about that, and again, building up from how you create the menu is the story. I love to listen to how you do these things. I love how you get there.
Yeah.
And those stories. And I think that's. I mentioned earlier about how you and Upsi have this beautiful kind of dance that you do.
Right.
But Upsi brings those stories out into the front of house and tells them so well. She
Because
understands so
she's
well.
been there from ground zero.
She's held you as a
So
pride.
she was like, what the fuck is this? Why is it not working? And then now when we talk about the story of a certain day, she'll be like, but talk about it.
Don't
We're
say
not
that
doing that
anymore.
one. Like, for example, now we never see eggs on our menu for a reason.
Oh,
It's an inside joke, but it's bad.
okay.
You gotta do those fancy specific degree eggs, but bad.
Okay.
Those kind of things, you know. But so for me, it's like the whole thing is that it needs to make sense to me. And there's dishes that I've made that I don't like,
Yeah.
but then people like them. I'm just like, okay,
Okay.
something.
Yeah.
And it's something that you have to do just to sort of like tick a box and just to like, because like we said, I can't just be too experimental. That's what the pop-ups offer.
Yeah.
So if I'm cooking with Johannes or Cobus, then I can go really crazy.
Because that's been an amazing thing as well.
Yes.
It's cooking with Quibus, because I mean, Quibus just thinks, and he's probably going to phone you and ask for the money, but I mean, he thinks
He's coming on
nobody.
Tuesday,
He thinks nobody's working in the game here that cooks on fire as well as you do.
I don't want to say he's right or he's wrong, but I think he's onto something. Must be humble.
You must be humble. You're exactly.
No, like, because
Listen, you're on my podcast. You have to be humble.
yes, I have to behave.
Yeah,
We need-
exactly.
I
And
need to go
otherwise,
to work.
Upsi will kick your butt.
Yeah, she'll call me now.
Yeah, she'll
So,
phone
but
you
the thing with Cobus is that, like, I've known him for a long time, and you know that thing when, like, when we eat his food, it's just like, okay, but I have no reference of where he got that idea from.
Yeah.
I don't have a reference of how did those things work together.
Yes.
So it's always such a joy to eat there.
Yeah.
And it's like one of those beautiful long lunches. You sit there, and then afterwards you brag with the staff. I don't know. Yeah, we do. So then you price
not
up-
every. That's not everyone's experience. You're an elitist.
No. I had to stay over, right? So then, so
Okay.
you buy crayfish with it. So it's just always fun. Even when
Yeah.
you talk about his butter and about the lamb that eats seaweed, and you're just like, so I'm just like, always like, that's wild. So I'll be like, let's do a lemon seaweed dish. So he's like, I don't really cook meat that much. I'm like, I can do it. So then that's how those conversations
Those
happen.
conversations happen exactly.
And for him, he's
So-
also like a little crazy mad scientist on his own. And he's got a very good knowledge of plants and flora.
he is
He's like a,
astonishing. Yeah.
and I'm just sitting there like, the green one or the yellow one. Oh,
Like he taught me, and now I've forgotten the word, but there's a word for a plant that releases its scent at dusk, like citrus, right?
Mhm.
Like if you drive through a citrus plantation,
Then
or
you-
whatever, then you smell it at sunset.
like this.
So there's a name for the kind of plant that does that, and so he went and found that he used it in the dishes that we were eating when we were there recently. He's amazing.
For me, it's fun to eat them.
But I mean, imagine how much fun it must be to be cooking in that kitchen.
It's actually fun. And what I like about with him is that I've seen that he's at the same team since day one.
Yeah.
Like Roshan
They
and
understand
them.
each other. Yeah.
Like they don't have to speak anymore.
Yeah.
They're just like I don't like that.
Or just raise an eyebrow.
Yeah, it does. Eh?
Yeah.
It's like,
And you just have to glance over
I'm like-
at the 3-day stock pot and
And
someone
it's
will
like-
stir it. Yeah.
or someone will put peels of carrots in that. You will lose your life.
Yeah.
So, but with them, within the team, they're very like, they are the land, they are where they are.
Yeah.
They are, there's no doubt about it.
I mean, I can't in this conversation comment on Johannes and Johanna and
Okay.
their approach, but because I still have to meet them.
Yeah.
But I'm
How did
hoping
you-
that when you guys do your next
Next year.
next year,
Yeah. So that was actually
The-
very cool.
that I'd love to be able to be part of that.
So if you see that concept, like the three of us cooking together, we started off as just like, cool, let's have a crazy party before the Eat Out Awards.
Yeah.
But it was actually very successful. And then what was interesting that when we were cooking in Durban is that we're worried now because I'm coming with this sort of off-center African vibe. Then Kobus is coming with this West Coast genius stuff.
Floral genius thing.
And then Johannes is coming with his very deep knowledge of the land of KZN and where he's at. And the styles are all very different. But in essence, it's all very African, right?
Yeah.
And it was actually one of the most beautiful menus because we had a hot oyster. It's one of the dishes from Tortoise. And we're like, this guy's from Durban going to eat a hot oyster. Like a cooked oyster. It's like, we'll see, guys. Let's just fucking go. And I think I cooked goat. And I was like, okay, cool, it's a goat dish. And I was like, yeah, let's just do it, guys. Because when else do you ever get to cook goat chops
Yeah.
without having to worry about it? People when I eat it, they've paid already. So where are they going to so,
Come on, it's all about the customer, surely. And they're enjoying it.
No, there is. But I want you to try something at least once.
I think exactly. Everyone should. So, I'm trying to discipline us back to
Yes, so now-
because otherwise we're just going to go all over the place.
We
in
had
the
all
shows.
afternoon, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. We will. Talking about the experience of Vue Shortmarket. Okay, what are you wanting to tell people, to show people, to share with people who come here?
So you know what? So that's been the challenge of the day lately because we do get a lot of repeat customers, which is awesome. So I don't want them to have the same experience every time. So even the dishes might look the same, they won't taste. There'll always be something different.
Okay.
But I want someone to come here at least once and to try. So we try to do a tasting menu format. Just saying like, this is what you get, this is what you have, this is my idea. Like, go.
No complaining, no changes,
Eat and
no
go.
variations.
But then you also get those people that just coming to have the pork neck.
Okay.
Then you just like, but they're like, no, I've got a flight at 8.
Wow,
I'm going to eat this thing. I've got a show at 7:30. Because we're like in the content center, right? So there's a lot of things going on. So people just come in for just like an oyster and a glass of wine. Or you are a rooftop restaurant, right? So the sundowners, people just want to have a snack and go.
Because I mean, obviously it's
Yeah, so
beautiful.
when
You
the
can
sun
see,
is-
you
yeah.
can see Cape, you can
Everything.
see the mountain. You can see Lion's Head. It's beautiful. Yeah.
A 20 million construction site. Or just
Yeah.
one.
It's amazing. There's so much construction going on in Cape Town at the moment. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, so I think it's good. But anyway, so for me, I want you to come and have an experience also where you can sit down for 2 or 3 hours and have a journey.
Yeah.
So it kind of, but also it must be a journey where you kind of felt, you must always leave like, "Oh, that was pretty cool." Like, just like when we go and travel and we eat somewhere, we're not always going to the fanciest places.
Yes.
We're going to that guy on the road with the wheelbarrow. grilling oysters. We're like, let's try it. And then
Let's have a go.
but when you after that, you just like, that's pretty cool. So that's the kind of emotion that I wanted. It's not I wouldn't say it's not a serious restaurant. It is it's a business.
It's yeah.
But it's not like a, oh my God.
It's a if I may, I think it's a destination experience. I think it's something every person who's interested in Cape Town restaurants and South African food and the African culinary experience. Everyone must eat it.
Thank you. I think so.
And I hear, because there are items on that menu that we ate that I'd love to come back and eat, and Camilla and I, we had the babysitter, and our meal, we were expecting to be here 2 hours and we had 4.
It was a long
and
one.
it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. So, but it would also be fantastic to come in, have a wine that Upsy suggests with some oysters, or
that's the idea.
I mean, it's beautiful. Yeah.
So the wine list is called that. It's called what? The wines that Epsi likes. So she's not a sommelier.
No,
she's a wine enthusiast.
She is a wine enthusiast, and she really knows her stuff. I mean,
that's the plan.
It was incredible, and she introduced us to some new things, so that was great. Okay, let's try to get to a closing here. So we're trying to hold the time,
Yeah.
I want to find out from you, and I think that before I need to help you along.
Okay.
Because the first answer is Belly of the Beast.
Okay.
And
the second answer
and Neil Swart, right?
Okay, yeah.
All right. That definitely, because he was singing about you properly.
No, he's my boy. We're besties.
So who in Cape Town is on your watch list? Who do you think's killing it at the moment? And then you going there and lining up.
Neil and Anushka are not on it. They're like the OGs. They're like already established.
Okay, they're already on a pedestal.
Yeah, disclaimer, you don't touch them, it's fine.
Yeah.
But there's this new guy that's come along now recently from the Wiggle Room. I think his name is Ismail, or I'm saying it wrong maybe. And Chef Jabs, they're the Wiggle Room. They've got a small counter restaurant.
Really?
That's down the street here on Vue Street.
On Brie. Okay.
The Wiggle Room.
Wiggle Room.
Wiggle Room. Yeah, where they do their class thing. There's a small counter restaurant, like a 12-seater.
Okay.
And they've got a cool manager there running the floor, and I think is Ruben. His name is Ruben.
Okay.
So young guys, cool. There's like some hip hop. The menu's not a normal format, and it's just like guys that are just doing cool stuff. And I saw the food. I'm just like, and I think the chef's got a good background. He's worked for like Macolom, if I'm not mistaken. The Aklam group. I think he worked for Mersha also. Who's also like super talented. So they, like these two kids just killing it at the corner.
I'm going to go around there and see if I can talk to them.
Yeah.
That sounds fantastic.
So
the Wiggle Room.
Yeah.
I'll look it up.
As soon as you walk up, and then before you get to the car dealership, there's a little dark alley.
Yeah.
Not an alley, but a dark window. That's what
in there. I always learn something from you. That's guaranteed.
Yeah.
And then just like at home, you're in front of the Netflix, if you ever get a chance to do that. What are you eating? What's your comfort food? What's your secret thing that no one should know that you actually
eat? Do you know what I discovered in Durban? It's a roti with cheese and slab chips. And then you roll
chip and cheese roti with curry sauce.
Yeah.
Where did you get it when you were in Durban?
Forget the place.
Did you go to Johnny's? You didn't
go
to Johnny's chip and rolls.
No. One time we had to cut.
Oh yeah, you had to do things.
So no, but I remember when I think the lady went out to the market or something and they got some, and then just like, oh, here's the thing. And I was just like, okay, whatever. Like just eating on the go. And I was like, no man. Then I sat down and I was just like looking out into the greater KZN, and I'm like, this makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's my new thing now.
The new thing.
So every time I can find a roti,
a chip and cheese roti roll with a maybe a mutton curry gravy on,
or even no gravy on the side just to dip it in. That for me was like life.
Because you're not a spicy guy.
No. But I mean but before it was like cheese and tomato or butters, but now getting older now, gut health.
Vusi Ndlovu,
yes sir.
Chef, my friend, that's been fantastic. Thank you very, very much for giving me your time today.
Of course,
and I just want to say to everybody who likes food and has even the glimmer of an understanding of the journey of food in this town needs to come and eat here.
Of course, thank you. Just come try it and have fun. Just come hang out. If anything, just come say
hi. And drink some fantastic wine. Eat oyster.
Some cool cocktails.
Some really good cocktails. That's it.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining me.